Lagos Freedom Festival is actually a festival to celebrate the diversity of Lagos and to celebrate arts, to celebrate enjoyment, to also speak about our society. How's our society like? What we are doing to empower society and young people especially.
My name is Omodele Bituyeje. I am the coordinator of 1 Billion Rise in Nigeria, and I'm the executive director of Initiative to Resist Institutional Slavery and Exploitation. And with my team, we organized Lagos Freedom Festival. The festival is a celebration of Lagos and its diversity. And it's true, we did that through arts and sports, performances, culture, theater, and this event is amazing. It's amazing.
So with me here, I have people in the panel who are from all walks of life, from the health sector, from the arts sector, from
To rescue me from what you are being.
have a session with them and listen to what they are thinking about what they are doing and use that to empower people too. So I have 5 points here, and we are just going to quickly rush through them so we don't waste time. There is a theater performance here. We have students from the Department of Art in Lagos State University who are going to present to us Man of Doma theater. We have spoken words and we have all that. So we have to quickly rush through this, and can we do that in 2 minutes? A brief question. So I'm going to ask the first question. The first question is on art, theater, and music for change. So the question is, in what ways have you seen art, theater, or music shift the conversation around women and young people's empowerment and community development, especially in challenging deeply rooted harmful cultural norms? So I'm asking the panelists how theater, art has been used to shift negative negative thoughts, belief system, and actually change policies and change society. Uh, so, so how has music, arts, theater shift the conversation around women's empowerment, especially in challenging deeply rooted, harmful cultural norms? So this time, I actually don't want us to just look at women empowerment. I want us to also look at women and young people's empowerment. So because we have lots of young people here. So how has art, music shaped that? How have we used our art and our music to change the narrative? You understand, how have we done that? So I'm going to directing this question to Justice, Mr. Charles, Justice and Mr. Charles. So how has art
Yeah,
changed the
thank you.
narrative? How have you used that? And Mr. Charles, with the work that you do, citing the Tobacco campaigns and other things, how do you think we have used art to change the narrative? Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Adegbola Oluwafemi Justice. So I'm a theater director, actor, cinematographer, photographer. Now, art is life. Art is life. In the sense that everything that goes into art, it is something that is seen in society. It is something that we live in our daily life, whether fine arts or performing arts. Music, dance, poetry, drama, they are all live representation. So art is a form of representation of life. It is like a minimal world, a different world that is minimal, where you can see the whole continent, the whole world in minutes, hours. In like a 3-minute song, you can tell the story of a lifetime. In a drama performance of 30 minutes or 1 hour, you can narrate the story of a decade. So, art is a representation of life. It brings us to, it makes us to be aware of the society that we live in, the kind of life that people have lived in the past, and the kind of life that it is possible for us to live in the future.
And the one we live currently. So far, art, particularly, I will talk about drama majorly. Now, drama particularly is a powerful tool, to tell society what is wrong with it. Now, when we do drama
Takes from the society, and society takes from drama. That is, there cannot be a drama performance if there is nothing going on in society. Now, take for instance, the drama you're going to be watching today, Ma Udoma. Let me give you a brief overview of the drama. Now, Ma Udoma is an historical play. The historical play of the 1929 Ikot Abasi women's uprising. Now, I don't know how many of us are
familiar with Aba women's riots. If you have ever heard of it, if you are familiar with Aba women's riot. Now, Ma Udoma is the first version of the Aba women's riot. Aba women's riot. Ma Udoma gave rise to Aba women's riot.
now if Ma Udoma is
What is the name of the woman, Adia Edem Udoma, who decided to bring the women together to fight against women paying taxes. Now, in 1929, this woman, she decided to revolt against the colonial masters' delegation on women paying taxes. Meanwhile, the men are already paying taxes. So she stood on a ground that men paying taxes and that women paying taxes too will amount to double taxation, which is not possible. So she fought that battle till the last drop of her blood. In this story, this is a real life story. In this story, the women were shot dead. Point
I
blank.
stop you because we are going to see
Okay,
that.
they were shot
So-
dead point blank. What I'm trying to say is this thing has happened in the past, yeah. But writers, as playwrights, they looked to the past, look into history, and said, okay, what can we put out there that will inspire the society that we live in today? Now, there are different forms of oppressions today. Now, Uma Udoma is just a symbol of fighting against anything in form of oppression, particularly towards your personality, maybe gender, personality, or who you are. So it is a representation. So art so far has been able to represent life in its
simplest form that we can relate to. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much justice. That was a lot. Are we learning? All right, I'm going to ask a question that relates to art to Mr. Charles. So we know stories heal. Stories heal. They heal, challenge, and transform. So can you share a personal or witness story where creative expression help break silence or stigma around taboo or issues like sexual reproductive health rights, gender-based violence, or
reproductive autonomy.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So, yes, I'll just go straight to the question. Respond to the question. Yes. So, first of all, it's important to state that the mind is a canvas. And people who know that the mind is a canvas have tapped into it. Look at our kids. When you see our kids, you play Coco Melon. Our kids respond to Coco Melon immediately because the people who make Coco Melon understand the power they're already programming our field. That's a sample. Now, for us in our field, we've also understood this. That's why in the last one of our activities, the Bashar campaign we did on trying to stop harmful abortion practices, unsafe abortion practices in the community, we used plays. Yeah, we use plays to communicate to people in the community, because you know very well that when you go into the community to say abortion, anything abortion, they will just they'll just kick you away, they'll just push you back. There's always a pushback. So when we brought this play to them, they were able to connect. That was like my first time, in all sincerity. I've been in the public health space for more than 10 years. I've been doing community work for more than 13 years. And I'll tell you that was the first time I could see people, because when you conduct advocacy programs to these people, you have to come countless times, you have to meet these community leaders. But this one, the play easily connected to these people. And these people were the ones even giving moral lessons from the play. They were the ones saying, what this girl went through is not, no, we need to rethink what we are doing. No, this is wrong. We can't be treating our children like this. So for me, it was very impactful, and it was a mind-changing moment, because I was able to see the power of art and how it transformed the community. So yes, that was my first time. I could see it in someone, as in see it change the minds of people. So yes, that's how powerful art is.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. I am going to, before I come to the women, I am going to speak with the young people. So I have with me Jessica. Jessica is an IOI's staff and a peer educator. When I say peer educator, it's young people who are actually educating other young people. And she's also a counselor with the International Re-Evaluation Counseling Community. We are doing great work with young people. Aaliyah is also a counselor and a young people's teacher. She's a communications person and also an RI staff. So they are both students and they are working at the same time. So the question I'm going to be asking is youth power and the path to true nation building. So how can youth channel their powers into true nation building? So young people today stand at a crossroads between the lure of fast money, drugs, drug abuse, and ritual practices. Like young people nowadays will say, I want to get money fast. And they want to feel high, they want to do drugs. You see a lot of young people on TV. These ones are not even old people anymore. You see young people these days on TV killing their classmates. Thank you so much. You see I love young people. We love young people. So we see that trend on social media where young girls do not think about career anymore. They are all vendors, online vendors, and they all think that they can just make money fast by leaving school, not thinking about career, and just maybe follow Yahoo boys. And another thing we see trending is young people actually doing drugs and looking for fast money, ritual killings on the rise, and we are all afraid. Everybody's scared. So I'm going to talk to these young people. So between all these ills in the society, between all this and the call to transform society through peace building, hard work and honesty, and meaningful investment in young people's talent and their communities. How can young people use art, creativity, and positive energy as tools for nation building? How can young people use art as tool for nation building amidst all the problems that we are seeing, all the rising trends of crime and ritual killing and all that? And what messages should we be amplifying to help them choose a purpose over shortcuts? So what message should we be amplifying to help them choose a purpose over taking these shortcuts? Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Well, I would say that art, like, really, really, it's amazing how it can change one's perspective in like few minutes. When young people come together and we are watching a movie, and you see this movie, like when we were growing up, and you see this movie where, oh, people that end up doing rituals, or people that go into fast money, or girls who go into prostitution, or all those things, you see them dying or having horrible consequences. Most of us grew up watching those movies, and whenever we hear such things, we be like, ah, no, we don't want to die, oh. Going into this kind of thing, we are going to die on time, or, stuff like that. So I think we can promote teaching young people about hard work, teaching young people about independence, teaching us about, having goals in life, knowing that this is something I want to do, and I should, like, fast money is not going into rituals or going into prostitution or going into so many things just to get money quickly. It doesn't actually pay. Some people, I would say some people, it might work for them, but it doesn't work for everybody. And the consequences can be so severe. Like, I've seen so many cases where people decide, oh, my friend is doing this and she's making it, let me try. And she goes into it and it doesn't work out well. And I'm like, you see? So I think drama, yeah, I'm going to talk about drama. When we watch movies and you see people coming together, there are some people that are in places that don't really know what is happening, like, in the world right now. Their minds are backward, and you going to talk to them one-on-one. Like, listen, you have to have goals in life. You have to do this. You have to do this. They don't get it until they watch a drama, and it's like they are like they feel what's happening in that movie or that drama, or when they hear music and they're listening to the lyrics, you see some people, they are crying. Why are they crying? Because they relate. It's like it's something that it's like it's entering their body, and they're like, wow. And until they can flow through and understand what they are watching or what they are hearing, that's like they finally understand that, okay, there are other things I could do. Fast money doesn't really work out. Yeah, so we can talk about, acting dramas based on hard work. We can act a drama like in the old days where you see cultists end up dying at the end, or, stuff like that.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
1 billion rising so that there is a need for the rights for freedom, and they decided that they have to reach out to other, because 1 billion rising, as we all know, it's an international, it's a global mass movement for the rights for freedom. So I can say that I guess they wanted to reach out to other states and make people also understand that there is need to rise for freedom through art, theater, talking, making people understand the importance.
Aaliyah, what are your thoughts?
So for me, I would like to say that, especially in Nigeria, young people have this mentality of not wanting to like work hard to like achieve their goals, and partly I don't blame them, because the media is spreading a lot of negative news, negative ways of like achieving success. Many youths these days don't want to work, and even as we are talking about art right now, we have a lot of creative minds over here. But once they see, okay, the economy is not like is not encouraging, people are going to other means to make it. Why don't I do the same thing? And that is what one thing that's actually like really damaging our society. Because let me go back to, I think there's one thing that was trending, I think, and it's still trending right now. I don't know I don't know like the term, but it's usually like maybe Japa syndrome or something like that. Everyone wants to japa, nobody wants to stay and build the community for others to be able to thrive and for themselves to be able to thrive. Nigerian youth don't really want to put in the effort. They just want to like, okay, if I go abroad, things are going to be easy for me. If I do this, if I go into ritual killing, if I maybe go into Yahoo, if I go into this, that is going to work for me. But that is not like all there is. If you get that fast money right now, what are the consequences to the fast money? How long is it going to give you generational wealth? Do you have a business strategy? Do you have different things to sustain that means of income? Nigerian youth don't think about that. And now let me go into the art sector. Okay, let's say, okay, many kids want to be maybe artists, want to be like maybe musicians, models, actors, and then they are seeing that, okay, these things are not working for us, that maybe my dreams are not really working out or whatever, and then they see that even the adults around them, let's I don't want to shame parents, but like most parents don't know how to support their children's dream. They just want it to be like, okay, you must grow up, oh, and you must achieve this, oh, you must get a car for your mom, or you must get a this for dad, oh. That is putting so much pressure on children, most especially young boys that are going through any means to get this so-called wealth because they want to show that, okay, we can do something, like we can provide. And young girls that are going to follow men and old men to be getting as little as I don't know, money that can't help them like for a long time, just because they want to prove that, okay, I can maybe earn something, I can provide for myself, yet their dreams are being put on a hold. How can arts help us to change all this? Let's take movies. Nigerian movie industry right now is not focusing on really passing messages to young people. Most of the movies I'm seeing these days, like I myself as a young person, I don't like watching most Nigerian movies because there's really no message behind it. We need to start harnessing, like looking at art in a way that we can be able to pass meaningful messages to young people. How many movies are there for young children?
I'm here for, obviously, Lagos Freedom Festival, and I'm looking forward to all the brilliant performances and ways in which Arise can portray freedom of not only women. So the way I'm seeing like most of things happening here, inside the event they are trying to pass the message of freedom, like I've said before, the freedom of women, the freedom of girls, and they are passing that through not only music but art, theater, and also dance, using traditional instruments that relate to most likely Nigerian audiences, like the talking drum.
Is on women empowerment and financial independence. So women empowerment often begins with financial independence. Why is it critical for women, especially in our African society, to be economically empowered, and how can we collectively dismantle the systems that keep women financially dependent? So I'm going to ask this question to two women. I'm going to ask these questions to two women. There are three women here, but because of time, I'm going to have the two of you do justice in 2 minutes, and you do justice in 1 minute. We have 3 minutes. So Abike, so why is it important for women to be empowered? Because I know you are an empowered woman. You are in a space where women rarely go to. So I only know one artist, Ara, and I see you doing wonderfully in this space, even though you've not gotten all the support that you need. So why is it important that you are doing this? 1 minute.
Good afternoon, everyone. Even without you asking me this, it is very, very important for a woman to be empowered. No one will marry in liability. And not everything works for everyone. Me, I studied computer science and I'm not using it. But I developed this. Someone made me to realize that I have this talent. The person gave me a talking drum as a gift. You know, I don't even know anything about it. I'm not from the lineage at all. But then when it came, I appreciated it and told him, what should I use it for? And he said, I gave it to you, use it for just to play around. I said, play around, okay. Okay, oh. Then there was a day I picked it up. I was just drumming anything I like. Someone passed behind my window, and the person was like, is there a drummer here? So someone called me out and said, Abike, someone wants to see you. The person came, and I turned to the person. The person was like, are you a drummer? I said, no, I was just playing what I knew, you know. Since then, the person took me as a backup drummer. My hand was not even steady. But then, that was how I know how to play what I can play today. At a point, I stopped because I was discouraged. You know, a lot of things happened on the way. So I had to stop then. But recently, I started again because I realized that if I don't have anything on my hand to show to the world that this is what is inside of me, I will just be like a nobody. And in this life, if you are not known for what you are doing, you are just living like a non-entity. You don't expect a man to get married to a woman and just the man alone will be giving her money, giving out water, you know. At a point, the man will cheat. That is why most men cheat on their wives, on their girlfriends, because they have nothing to offer, they have nothing to put on the table. Even though it's not the drumming aspect, even though you can do liquid soap, do something, just acquire the skills that will that will support your husband in that. Thank you.
Because I was also in the last Freedom Festival, and this is 2.0. And I have to say that I Rise and 1 Billion Rising are doing an amazing work.
Thank you so much, Abike. We don't have so much time, so Chioma is a business coach, and she's into healthy living. So how have you been supporting yourself as a woman and supporting other women? How have women been building empowerment through Forever Living?
My name is Chioma, as I explained earlier. Okay, it's true that women need to be empowered. You know, in my career, in my business, Forever Business, I started 2013 when my daughter have a challenge, health challenge. Like our sister said here, you can't wait your husband to be doing everything for you. Although I'm a business person when I was small, because I like, financial freedom. So, because of my child health challenge, so, one day God will now say, okay, this is what He wants you to do. Luckily to me, I'm an open-minded person. I like to try everything. So, on the street that day, I met a woman in this Forever Living. And I said, your baby looks somehow. Are you going to hospital? I said, yes. It's okay. I said, I've tried everything because I'm looking for any other thing that can help my child to live. She now introduced me to Forever Living because I've never heard about Forever for the first time. So I started using the product on my child. I started seeing changes. And I started making money because she told me that if I should tell people about this, from now till I'm still in the business today, it can help you. Some people, when you tell them what to do, they will tell you, I don't have time to do anything. I cannot talk. Yes, gossiping. Gossiping your husband. They are not bringing money. They are doing this. But if you are making money, you don't have time to gossip for your husband and not give you money. Because on your own, you will make your own money. And you will teach your children how to make the money. Because when your children see you, you can provide for them. You can, they will be proud of you. All the mother here and other young people, it's not only women, even young people, you can do this business as far as you are 18 years and above. The business will take you all around the world. it will take you where, in fact, I don't know that in my life that I would travel. This business take me to Italy last year. Cheap cruise. You know what is cheap cruise? Royal Caribbean, the highest ship in the whole world. That's where Forever take us last year. With this business, because when I was small, I like to travel. I like travel, but how will I travel now? Because I know how I grew up and other things. So I'm telling women, all the women here, after the presentation, you can come out and come to our stand. I will tell you how you start. You don't need to have money to start. You can start, then we can now coach you on how to go about it. And this business is a business of 21st century. It's network marketing. Everybody know. You know, some people, they will say, I can't tell anybody. But you make hair, and people will ask you, where did you make your hair? You now find yourself, you are networking without paying you $1. I mean, I don't do that again. If you ask me, I say, I don't know. Okay? It's only that this product that if I talk to people about it, tell you what I use, and you use it, you can now refer me to another people. Get paid, because I like, financial freedom, and I want everybody to have their own financial freedom and be healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's about financial freedom through networking. Thank you so much for having us.